Welcome back to the Big Weekend Show. We are covering breaking news of Joe Biden's pardon of his son, Hunter Biden. What's interesting about this pardon is it's outside of the scope of just the gun charges against him, the tax charges against him. In fact, it's a blanket pardon from January 1st, 2014 to December 1st, 2024. Jonathan Turley points out on X that this is the exact kind of blanket immunity that that federal judge struck down with that sweetheart deal originally that Hunter Biden got. We've had multiple guests on the show, Shannon Bream, Brett Baer, we've also had Trey Gowdy as well. Judge Janine is what I was looking for. And we've learned a lot throughout the past hour. We've learned about this sweeping deal that it also might, Trey Gowdy pointed out, protect Joe Biden as well. Because what we've been talking about is how IRS agents, whistleblowers have come forward saying that they were thwarted in any roads that would potentially lead to Joe Biden. So it really raises this question, is this pardon for Hunter Biden or is it for Joe Biden? All right, well, let's get to Madeleine Rivera, who is live at the White House with more. Madeleine.
Hi, good evening, Lisa. Well, it's hard to underscore how big of a 180 this is for the president. Remember, the White House's refrain and constant drumbeat is that the president won't use his clemency powers to commute Hunter's sentence or pardon him, and the president making it clear also consistently that he will respect the independence of the Justice Department. But the president, in his statement tonight, clearly feels that this process has been political and partisan, and that he feels Hunter has been singled out simply because he is the president's son. So let's head to that statement from the president. The president saying, from the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision making, and I kept my word even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted. Without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. The president goes on to say that the plea deal for his federal gun and tax charges for Hunter, which fell apart in dramatic fashion in June of last year, the president feels that that would have been a fair and reasonable solution to Hunter's cases. But as for what led to the president's change of heart, NBC is reporting, they were the first to report this news as well. They report that the president had been discussing with close aides about the possibility of pardoning Hunter as early as back in June, again, when that plea deal fell apart in a dramatic fashion. That's despite his public insistence that he, again, wouldn't commute his son's sentence or pardon Hunter at all. But the calculations for the president have changed. He's no longer going to have a second term. He's not going to have a second term. He's also, the election day is over. So just imagine the political blowback that Vice President Kamala Harris would have faced if the president had announced this before election day. And already we are seeing some reaction from Capitol Hill. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability Chairman James Comer saying this tonight: Joe Biden has lied from start to finish about his family's corrupt influence peddling activities. Not only has he falsely claimed that he never met with his son's foreign business associates and that his son did nothing wrong, but he also lied when he said he would not pardon Hunter Biden. The charges Hunter faced were just the tip of the iceberg in the blatant corruption that President Biden and the Biden crime family have lied about to the American people. Now, as for the president tonight, he is leaving for Angola for what could be the last international trip of his presidency. The president is leaving to Joint Base Andrews by motorcade, so we won't have a chance to see him, but we will see if he has any comments to the press corps that will be covering him tonight at the tarmac at Joint Base Andrews. Lisa.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.